What's good, YouTube? Steel here, and today's video is on the Mega PIDGEOT EX drop event that just dropped. I want to say 12 hours ago, maybe a little bit more or less than that. But as always, we are introduced to brand new promos. This time around, we have 5, and with that, we have 4 different difficulties, like varying difficulties, in which we have to take down the PIDGEOT. And in this video, we'll be covering every single one, what missions to take, what decks to use in each one. And as always, we'll start by breaking down the promos, starting with Mega PIDGEOT EX, which is the man of the hour. The reason why anybody's like truly trying to take this promo event down is for this card. Is it going to be meta relevant? I'm not too sure, not fully convinced. However, it is a fun deck, a fun strategy. The whole flipping 3 coins, it becomes like it's somewhere between a Guzzlord and I don't know, like it's like a Mega Ampharos because it does the 100 damage, and then it has so many like different things where I don't know if I think it might be too much into one card. Like the fact that it's stage 2, that it only hits for 100. Yes, it has high HP, but then it starts flipping coins. If it flips all tails, it doesn't do anything. I guess it's all over the place. However, it's a fun card to play around with. It is colorless, so you have different strategies where you go with Lima, whether you play it with water energy to go Irida, whether you play it with lightning energy, so you can play cards like Zero Aura or Choreo. Like, you have so much to do because it is colorless. So I'm very excited to see what people do with this card. If it sees tournament play or not, is we'll see, right? So that's the main one. Then we have Pidgey. It's just a different artwork for the one that comes in Mega Rising. Probably not even the Pidgey you'd use in a Pidgeot deck. Then we have Luxray. Again, beautiful art, beautiful card. Luxray's been one of my favorite decks to come out of Mega Rising. However, I think the 1-star is so much better. Like, it's top tier, right? It's the same artist that did the Zero Aura promo card. So nothing against this one. It's just, if you had to pick an art, you definitely go with the 1-star. Then we have Froakie, which is another event exclusive. This one can only be pulled from this, and unfortunately, I think it's a miss. It's a miss. I wouldn't play this. Yes, it does the same amount of damage as the Mega Rising Froakie. However, it needs 2 energies, and I don't think the ability to paralyze through a coin flip justifies playing this card in any shape or form. Like, it's just good for collection purposes. I like the art. It's like cute or whatever, but that's as far as it goes. And then we have Petalil, which is surprise attack 30, flip a coin. If tails, does nothing. Full transparency, I did not look into Petalil to see if this one was a reprint or a event exclusive. Usually there's only 2 event exclusive cards, so I'm assuming this is a reprint, but can you tell I have not pulled the gold Lilligant and have not tried to use Lilligant? I apologize for that though. As a creator, I should be more in tune with which ones are reprints and which ones are not. Regardless, as a collector, I do plan on getting 2 of these eventually, and I collect every single promo as possible. But without a doubt, the chase is the Mega PIDGEOT EX. So let's jump to the event itself. All right, before we get into the individual challenges, I do want to point out that this event for the first time actually has its own mission, sort of like a battle pass. So just of like, as long as you play through it, you'll be able to unlock these like special, like, I guess, requirements. But realistically, it's just extra bonus packs. I'm not even able to see them now that I think about it, like, since I completed them, which is kind of buffed, like scuffed. But we have, it was for once you get 10 wins, they give you these a special ticket, and the special ticket you get to exchange it in the shop for any of the promos you're missing. So that's how I was actually able to get my second copy of Mega PIDGEOT. Without this new feature for the promo cards, I would have not been able to get it. So big ups to DNA, Dina, however you pronounce it, for adding this to the drop event. But more importantly, also just for winning, like playing one game, then it was like 3, 5, 10. I think it was like like sporadic like that. You'd get an extra bonus like promo pack that would get you. Unfortunately for me, they were all Pidgeys, but luckily thanks to this, we were able to get the Pidgeot. Now looking at the different levels of this event, we have beginner, which is like pretty standard to like most of these drop events. It has just like standard rulings, which you have knockout or active Pokemon with the lightning type, put down 3 basics. And then the first time you beat it, any of these, you get well, not any of these. The beginner one, you get the 2 hourglasses, the promo pack, and a shop ticket. And then for intermediate, they want you to beat it with, again, 1 knockout with lightning, put a stage 1 down, then have at least 2 Mega Rising cards in your deck. And this time you get 4 hourglasses, a pack, and a shop ticket. That's the first time you beat it, right? And then advanced, again, beat it with the lightning Pokemon. But it wants you to beat it without EXs. And win with 6 Mega Rising cards, and last but not least is win without giving away any points. And this one gives you 6 hourglasses, the pack, and the shop ticket. You ideally, or in my opinion, I would recommend beating all of these first try, because the only one that guarantees you a promo pack and is the best one to just play over and over again is the expert, which in this case actually requires 2 decks to complete every mission, because there's a win with no EXs, but then there's one with win with a Mega Evolution. So you have to win with an EX and you have to win without an EX. And then there's also win with 12 or more, which, spoiler alert, this is the deck that we'll be using for that. We'll be showing that later. And then there's obviously win 5 battles, win 10 battles. So the fact that you have to win with 2 different decks isn't that big of a deal, because you do need to win 5 and then 10 games to get the max amount of like Wonder Glasses or prizes to beat all the tasks. So you will eventually be able to complete both sides. Not to mention that once you beat, like with the non-EX deck and with the 12 Mega Rising cards, you can then use whatever deck you want in order to beat these challenges. And with that, let's jump to the decks that I recommend for this event. Number 1, and the one that I recommend for basically from beginner all the way to advanced, so it completes everything. And then obviously you would use it in expert for the non-EX portion side of things, is this luxury deck. We are running slightly different cards than we would in a standard like tournament ready luxury build. Like we're playing the Shinx from Mega Rising, we're playing the Luxio from Mega Rising, although that's pretty standard to this point. But as you can see, we have with the double Shinx, the Luxio, the 1 Luxray from the set, May, and Copycat. Those are 6 cards that meet the requirement for the advanced that requires 6 or more Mega Rising cards. So this one deck also has the stage 1 in Luxio. You might have to stall a bit when you're doing the intermediate one, but once you see Luxio, you evolve your Shinx and that's it. You get that mission as well. So this one list copies every single challenge, or can cover every single challenge from beginner all the way to advanced, and half of or most of the expert one. As far as how to play it, there will be a gameplay showing you this deck against the expert difficulty. Trust me, if you can beat the expert difficulty, the rest are pretty much a joke. And now for the 12 Mega Rising cards as well as a Mega Evolution Pokemon, my go-to all season has been this Blaziken build, plus or minus a few cards. In the description of some of my solo battle videos, I have posted a list that might be a little different from this, but realistically we need 12 cards, and that's the 2 Torchics, the 2 Heatmores, the Combuskin, double Blaziken, double Flame Patch, the May, and then 2 Copycats. That's 12 cards. Then the rest is just to fill out consistency. Again, this is not the best, this is not tournament ready Blaziken, but it's very close to it while still abiding by the rules that, or the tasks that they're asking you to complete. So we got the 12 Mega Rising cards, we have a Mega Evolution Pokemon in Blaziken, and honestly this list crushes the event. It crushes basically every solo battle that they have right now. So again, this will also have an example at the end of the video on how it takes down this PIDGEOT event. So again, sorry for like how sporadic. I didn't write down no notes or nothing. Like I'm just doing this video off the top of the dome, which might be a little too obvious by how sporadic how I'm speaking is like not so organized, but hopefully you got the gist of it. I just had to work this morning, so I couldn't put out the video as soon as I wanted to. So I'm just here trying to make it as fast as possible to give you all the information you need. Best of luck pulling your promos. It took me forever to get Mega Pidgeot. On stream today, I will be working on a list, so make sure to tune for that if it interests you. As always, there will be gameplay, like I mentioned previously, on how to use these decks that I provided. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and above all else, stay pro. All right, so we're going first, which is not ideal, but not the end of the world for this matchup. Do have Oricorio here. We are chinks away from having the luxury line as well, and they let Pidgey, which is like best case scenario. Like I said, if they were leading Manaphy, especially them going second, Manaphy into the Penguin, it could get a little annoying. But as it is right now, we're okay. Not my first choice, but here we are. And pass. There's the Manaphy we were talking about. And the Penguin we were talking about. They got their exact start regardless. That's just wonderful. No real words. We are just a Shinx away from being completely fine, but so annoying. So annoying. I'm trying to show. I've done so many examples. I was on stream just killing this challenge. I just trying to show y'all like the best example, and it's like the deck forgets out of what is this opening hand of theirs? Like they just have everything. Whatever. Surely we'll draw what we need here. Yeah, that's guaranteed. Actually, I have an interesting line. Not the best line, not a good line, but a line nonetheless. Charge there. Retreat into this one. Charge you. And next time we get to Rare Candy. Volkner if we need to. Get Luxray. Go Rare Candy. Into this one. Reason being that they don't have the energy yet for that, so let's go here. Retreat into this Luxray. And charge you back up. And now we're just a Volkner away from taking over. Which obviously it's not likely. The 1 in 7. But given how they had us playing, I was hoping we got lucky. We're not going to be able to do it without losing a point this time around, unfortunately. But we will be able to do it in general. So, which is what matters. Although, honestly, you can see how if our opening was any better, or if they didn't have this immediately to stop the Oricorios, we just wall with Oricorio until we win. Kind of tough though, I'm not gonna lie. Disappointing the way we played it, but all good. We win next turn, so let's go. Alright, full transparency, not what I expected. But thanks to the way they played it, we are able to, in fact. I feel like I complained for no reason. There's multiple ways we could have just won this, but let's go like this. Could have also evolved into this one and use Cyrus. Nonetheless, we had an awkward hand to their like basically ideal start, and we still cleared it without losing any points, and that's what I wanted to show with this deck. So I'm glad we ended up doing it anyways. This deck is purposely built with from the challenges from beginner to advanced in mind, and it's also good enough to beat them in expert. That this example was against expert. However, there's 2 challenges in the expert one, which is the 12 Mega Rising cards and the win with the Mega EX that we saved for Blaziken, which we will be doing in example number 2. So let's jump right into that. Alright, we're going second with the Blaziken deck, which should be ideal depending on like the setup they have, but for the most part it's the idea, and we have a pretty good start here. As long as we find Torchic with a Pokeball. We even got Flame Patch to play around the energy removal. My bad. I left that like halfway through the sentence. Oh, please don't troll me. Give me the Torchic. Bet. Over here. Need more. Pidgey. If they don't evolve it, the Pidgey's gone, so that's good. Oh, not even too soon. That's fine, it's fine. You have Rare Candy, which puts us already like in the driver's seat, really, right? Technically, not technically, literally, because of Flame Patch. But I kind of want to save Flame Patch for later, so I think I'm going to take it. What does it matter how I do it, right? Let's go. Next turn we can figure it out how we want to do it. I think we're gonna keep hitting Mega Pidgeot. Well, I'll risk not beating you without losing points, mainly because if they bring now, if we draw Cyrus, we just auto win with the Blaziken over Pidgeot as long as they don't Lily. Going into whatever the penguin's name is. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. This should be as good as a game, but especially if we saw Cyrus, but we didn't. Retreat into this. We could copycat, but again, I want the plain patch. Like I want the axis. Do it. Yeah, it's a knockout there. Not that it matters. Again, what matters is the fact that the Pidgeot is in range. Could it get complicated if they Lily now? 100%. But what is it? A 1 in 8? Just like that is the game. So you see both decks take this down pretty easily, pretty simply. Whether you do it without losing points or not is what could be like a little different, but for the most part that doesn't even matter, right? You have to play it enough times where you eventually get it. And honestly, is this the best way to play Blaziken? No. Would you take it to a tournament looking like this? No. The reason it looks like this is because we need 12 Mega Rising cards for the mission, and that's all you need. After you beat it once with Luxray and once with Mega Blaziken, you basically completed all the expert challenges. From there forward, you could play whatever deck you want. If you want to go Magnezone, if you like the Luxray, whether you like Blaziken, whether you want to do Altaria. Altaria is another alternative to the Blaziken deck. Just Blaziken's been my go-to for all the 12 and like 12 cards or more for Mega Rising. So that's the one I'm showcasing. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. Best of luck with your pulls. It took me over, I was on stream trying to unlock this Mega Pidgeot to make so I could use it on stream, and it took me over an hour and a half. It took me the 10 battles for that extra ticket just to get my second copy. Hopefully you have better luck than I do. But again, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and above all else, stay pro.
Just so you guys know, there's like a wall where Dina says, okay, these are the people that are funding us, and like I guarantee you, man, is up there.